Samuel Mbura of our political desk is joining us with more. Sami, let's talk about what's happening at the NPP headquarters. We just heard from the General Secretary.
Exactly, Blessed. This Thanksgiving was meant to thank God, according to the party, for the mercies and the protection given the party, both in power and its internal activities. They have conducted elections and other internal activities within the year. I think that it has been successful, and they have to express gratitude to God. So in the course of that the General Secretary, Justin Frimpong, made that comment about the underperforming appointees of Akufo-Addo government. He thinks that they are actually thwarting the effort that they have made going into 2024 general elections, and if they are not reshuffled, it would definitely have a toll on their electoral fortunes there. So after his speech, even at the time he made that particular comment, you could see that there was a reaction from the supporters that were there in agreement to his comment. But after that engagement, I decided to speak to some of the party supporters whether they agree with the assertions of the General Secretary or not. We can take a listen to what some of them have been telling me.
How can one person be in one position? There's some changes, then we're moving on. You can't see sack, but change, different change on sack. But different between sack and change. You can go, stand aside and I can, then we'll try you too. But you get me.
Yes, yeah, okuna yekon. I ding my empire. Into no answer sawong. Na ye who wanga umbetumi aye adwuma no ohwe no ntumi ye adwuma no yin si nchen. Yan pese yakọ position.
When you look at things, it be like as long as they have been in the position for a long time, they feel so reluctant, and then they think that there can be no need that they can be reshuffled or be changed. So they have been so reluctant, and then the work that they are supposed to do, it be like they are not doing it, or that we are demanding for them to do.
The General Secretary has made a clear point, and I side with him. You see, there are people who were given the opportunity to serve this government. They've benefited enough, and some of them feel that where they have gotten to, they are at the crossroad. Party no longer matter to them. Our request to them is that we are bent on breaking the eight. We are bent on securing government. We will be the next people to form the next government again. And for that matter, if you feel for any reason you are tired of delivering, you are tired of the position you are handling, the office of the president is there. Just go and tell him, Baba, you have given me an opportunity. It is enough. I am tired.
Okay, well, Sami, we also know that the Vice President was there.
Yes. So the Vice President made a point about the gains they have made in salvaging the economy. He cited the challenges that the country has encountered over the past period, having to do with external factors influencing the downturn in the economy. But he says with the measures they have put in place, there's an indication that the economy will be moving towards an accelerated recovery from these. And he has also assured that with the NPP continuous stay in government, things will definitely get better, and citing 2024 as a year that there will be massive development in the country.
The progress we have made in managing inflation in the past 12 months is an indication of the good work that we have done in rolling up our sleeves to get to work. After turning the corner, we are set to move with full speed towards greater recovery in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, for us as a party, this year has been an eventful one, marked by several successful steps towards the coming year. Elect a new leader and presidential candidate of our great party. I had the fortunate privilege and honor of emerging as your chosen leader and candidate for the 2024 election. For that, I am most grateful. Building on this, we elected parliamentary candidates for our orphan constituencies a few weeks ago. And God willing, in January, we will complete the process by electing candidates for the constituencies with sitting members of parliament. You have my firm assurances that we will entrench the free, fair, and transparent process that we have observed so far. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I also want to thank the National Council, National Executive Committee, the Council of Elders, Regional Executive Committees, Constituency Executive Committees, polling station executives, electoral area coordinators, all party members, and the general public. The successes that we have achieved so far have been results of teamwork, hard work, and unity. These are values we must continue to build on. Indeed, it is only in unity of purpose that we can achieve our goal of winning the general elections next year. I am confident that with hard work, unity, and full commitment, it will be possible to break the 8 and to continue to solve the problems we face as a nation. It is possible to continue with the agenda of transforming the lives of Ghanaians, to deliver transformative policies, and to safeguard progressive and prosperous future for all Ghanaians. We are going to do it, inshallah, come 2024. But it will require us to work harder than ever. Therefore, fellow Kukrudites, as I bring my remarks to a close.
Okay, let's talk then, Sami, about the chairperson of the party and his, comments on the day. Well,
Stephen Ntim is actually attributing the gains made in the educational sector. We know that the WASSCE results are out. It says it is because of the progressive nature of the free senior high school policy implemented by the NPP government, a reason we are seeing that impressive performance that the SHS graduates have channeled there. We can listen to him.
Let me mention one more thing that we must be thankful for. Our SHS students have turned up a very impressive performance in their final WASSCE examinations. Since the start of the free SHS results in 2020, the trend has been progressively positive, and this year's result has been exceptional. We thank God for the lives of our students and pray for their continual success in making Ghana and their parents proud. On this note, let me together, or all of us together, thank God for his immeasurable grace and blessing upon our land, and ask that he shows us an even greater favor in 2024.
Well, joining us now is a political scientist, Dr. Kwame Asante, who's joining us for more on this. And Doc, thank you for your time. Is this, in your view, an admission that the government is, failing the people, and that something urgent needs to be done to restore their lost confidence in terms of the call from the General Secretary of the party, the issue about reshuffle and also the non-performance of some appointees?
It's an admission of non-performance on the part of the General Secretary. You couldn't have said it better than what it did. Yes, that they know that things are not going well, so there's a need for some people to be kicked out of office, and then new energies are brought in. But I respect him for that statement too, because it's a mark of leadership that if you're a leader and you see that things are not going well, you have to face it and jam the consequence. So he has come up. Now the ball is in the court of the president to get those who are not working and they are, in office, which Ghanaians have talked to you journalists about, that Mr. President, sack non-performing ministers. Ministerial reshuffle is good for a number of reasons. Because one, it brings into sharp focus a problem you have identified within an area which you want to deal with. So a minister who is not living up to expectation to carry your dream forward, you kick that minister. You are able, through reshuffle, you are able to also bring on board fresh energies that will come and augment what exists in the system to make it work better. It also brings to the attention. Sometimes the appointing authority has the power to, change some of the positions, some musical chairs, so that you can put people, move them from one ministry to another, just to go and step up the game and make things better.
Is it not rather late in the day? Is it not rather late in the day?
Oh, yes, better late than never. Are you going to sit down if your ministers are not performing and you are saying that, yes, it's late, so I'm not going to do anything until 2024? The cost will be too much. Better late than never. Do something now so that you can really ameliorate the situation.
I see. Dr. Kwame Asah-Asante, thank you for spending some time with us this afternoon. Well, the performance of members of parliament has become a topic of spirited debate on social media, while a few are lauding their MPs for their unwavering dedication. A growing sentiment of dissatisfaction actually permeates the air, fueled by allegations of corruption, absenteeism, and also partisan gridlock over issues. Well, we've been conducting some search on that on social media. Definitely we'll be bringing you what some of you have been commenting on, and also your entire view. But here's an outlook of what's happening when we ask the question, how will you rate the performance of the members of parliament this year? A significant population of 60.9% of our respondents are actually dissatisfied with the whole outlook in terms of their performance. 31% remain indifferent about the findings, with some 8.1% remaining satisfied with the performance of the MPs. Still on politics, former President John Dramani Mahama has descended heavily on the Akufo-Addo administration, accusing the administration of plunging Ghana into an uncontrollably corrupt society at an end-of-year interaction with sitting MPs and also the 2024 parliamentary candidates. John Dramani Mahama says that corruption is one of the main problems impeding the country's development. And now has more on John Mahama's Building Ghana tour.
The Building Ghana tour of the National Democratic Congress is in the central region. This is the final region that the former president and the NDC will be doing to end the second phase of the tour. Now, earlier, the former president visited the palace of the Ogwa Mahine, and he had to put before the chief and the traditional authority the mission and vision of the NDC government when voted back into office. He spoke on the economic challenges of the country. The country is retrogressing. If it was a VIP bus on a road, I would have said it has fallen into a ditch, and we will need an experienced driver to help. Where we are now is not a child's play. We need an experienced government to redeem the country. Whenever NDC is in government, You know, the central region is not neglected. There is a lot of development in the country. The NDC, under your son, Professor Atta Mills, as president, channeled a lot of development into the region. We handed over the Commander Sugar Factory to them, but they failed to operationalize it. We planned to seek resources to help farmers cultivate sugarcane to feed the factory, but they couldn't do it. When we are voted into power, we will ensure the factory is operationalized.
Now, me would this NDC bar, them factory no, Commander Sugar Factory, obey you, man.
Osabarima Kwesiata of the Ogwa traditional area also had the opportunity to advise the former president, John Dramani Mahama, on his next government if he is successful in staging a comeback into office. He endorsed the Building Ghana tour of the NDC.
Sir Nkanon, it took 2 steps and not 3 at a time. Baby, 1 year in the correction album.
If you made 2 or 3 steps in your past government and it was wrong, it has to be corrected. If you are on a mission and refuse to reflect on the past and make corrections, you will not be successful.
I found who there catch one more man in you. Now, was a pian, no man who appear. It's in a baby so man in the wapian who said Grado as I am one.
It is good that you are listening to the needs of the people so that you can implement the right policies if voted into power. I congratulate you on that decision. Presently, the NDC is at Ebra Asebu Kwaman Kese in the central region. From here, he will move to other areas, including the Asen South constituency, Chifu Praso, and also the Himai Lower Dentra. And there will be separate community engagement with the people in these areas. Their thoughts will be picked by the NDC, and this will inform the 2024 manifesto of the National Democratic Congress. For Joy News, Nana Aljuma reporting.
Mohammed's criticism of the Akufo administration is coming on the day President mounted a strong defense of his record in dealing with corruption. At the launch of the evaluation of Ghana's maiden national anti-corruption plan, he rejected the tag of being a clearing agent, a tag that simply means he supports and keeps corrupt officials in his administration.
It's important for the rule of law that the public institutions responsible for the detection, prosecution, and the punishment of corruption, i.e. of crime, be accorded respect until their own conduct is impeached. If that respect is not prima facie accorded, the foundations of orderly government can be easily subverted to the loss and pain of each one of us. That is why so far, every single alleged act of corruption leveled against any of my appointees has been investigated by independent bodies such as SRAG, the Criminal Investigation Department of the Police, and in some cases by Parliament itself. It is not my job to clear or convict any person accused of wrongdoing or of engaging in acts of wrongdoing, despite the effort of some to tag me as a clearing agent. That is the job of the courts and the law enforcement agencies. My job is to act on allegations of corruption by referring the issue or issues to the proper investigative agencies for the relevant inquiry and action, including, if necessary, the suspension of the affected official pending the conclusion of investigations. That is exactly what is being done since I assumed the mantle of leadership on 7th January 2017. From the allegations against the then Minister Designate for Energy, Boachi Ejako, and his parliamentary confirmation hearings in 2017, to that against the former CEO of BOSS, the Honorable Alfred Obeng, to those To those against the then two Deputy Chiefs of Staff and the Office of the President, the Honorable Francis Asensu-Boakye and Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapo. To the conflict of interest allegations against the Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta. To the claims of extortion against the then Trade and Minister Industry Designate, Alan Shamateng, at his parliamentary confirmation hearings in 2017. To allegations of doubling in visa racketeering against the then Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, Pius Hajije, and the then Director General of the National Sports Authority, Honorable Robert Safo-Mensah, who, even though exonerated by the CID, later resigned, and the Chairperson of the Board of the National Sports Authority, the Honorable Kwadwo Ba-Ajiman. To the allegations of bribery leveled against the Secretary to the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Charles Bisu. To those involving the dismissed acting CEO of the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, A.B. Ajay, and the dismissed CEO of the National Youth Authority, Emmanuel Asigri. They have all been investigated, in most cases cleared by the authorized institutions of our state and not by President Akufo-Addo. No evidence or allegation has been forthcoming that the executive, i.e. myself as president, has made any attempt to influence the outcome of any of these investigations. The latest episode involving the former Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, the Honorable Cecilia Abnadapa, is evident for all to see. I am not aware of any government in the Fourth Republic subjecting so many of its officials to such investigations and inquiries. At the same time,
Well, so we're asking the question, how has the country fared? And these two leaders, my colleague Michael Niashali is joining us on Zoom now. Michael, bring us up to speed with what we're learning.
So, Blessed, we are taking this data from Transparency International, who have been tracking corruption perception index in the country since 2012. So at least it's been 10 years we've been doing that. And this spans the period of John Mahama, former president, and that of current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So the lower index means that higher corruption prevalence. So we started from 2012 with 45 points out of 100 points. It means that at the time, this is what Ghanaians thought, perception of corruption prevalence in the country was 45. Now we peaked as a country in 2014 with 48 points, and then we dipped, which will be 40 points in 2017. So it means that from 2014 to 2017, the perception of corruption dipped. It means that more people thought that there was more corruption happening in the country in the year 2017. That has been the worst record that we have found in the last 10 years. But in the last 7 to 8 years, Ghanaians have thought that corruption is still high. 40% from 2017, it began to rise just a little by 1% over the years. Currently, we do 43. But just to put that into perspective, in 2014, we peaked with 48 points, and now we are doing somewhere around 43. So again, the best is behind us. We are currently still struggling to get higher points when it comes to perception and prevalence, or the perception of prevalence in the country.
Michael Niashali there with the latest on the corruption perception. Now, a 24-year-old graduate stripped down to her underwear, beating and also robbed in a moving taxi at 7:30 p.m. That's 48 hours ago, is urging of vigilance during this festive period. The family members of the victim are dissatisfied with how the police is handling the incident, which happened at Hacho here in Accra. Maxwell Agwagwa of our security desk has more.
It's just about 5 minutes from here to get to the victim's residence. And this was where she stood to wait for the taxi, which already had one man at the front seat, the driver, and then another man at the back seat. She's been narrating what she encountered on the journey to us.
Whilst I was in the car, the driver complained about traffic being on the road, that he wanted to divert. And I was like, no. If that's the issue, I want to get down. So I looked at the traffic he's complaining about, and immediately I turned my head to look at the traffic. The guy sitting next to me covered my face, covered my nose, covered my head, put me on his lap, and started punching me. I don't know the time the passenger in front came to sit next to me. They took my phone, asking for my phone password. So they punched me, they were hitting me, punching me. So I was trying to raise my head up to see where exactly I was. So every time I raised my head up, they would knock me and push my head back down. They were speaking the true dialects. Knocking me and pushing my head back down. Say, so why you didn't work hard? Do my head with you?
Well, so we're asking the question, how do you keep yourself safe during this festive season? Security analyst Dr. Anambuna is joining us with more. Of course, the police has launched that visibility project, but what more could be done in terms of personal responsibility to be safe during this period?
Oh, yes. Good afternoon, Blessed. Well, there's a lot we can do. Some of them very basic. Just be alert. If you are going to sit in a taxi, you must know, are you within your own community? Do you know? And usually, if where you stay is not too far away from a taxi rank, your best bet is to walk to a taxi rank and to get a taxi. Within these taxi ranks, you can get a taxi and say, I want a taxi just for myself, I want to hire it for myself, or what we call you charter it, or, just for you alone, where you are going to. And usually doing that means that taxi would have been registered to that taxi rank you went to. The other thing is, you are jumping into a taxi. You should be able to take some details, something like the car number, and all that. And when you are jumping into a taxi, you should look, is this taxi, how many people are sitting in the taxi? And where is the taxi coming from? These are questions you should ask yourself. And also, be careful. Some people sit in vehicles and all they do, the first thing is to, take out their phone for everyone to know the kind of phone they are using, or to go on their phone. Be careful. Showing the kind of phone you use, and sometimes showing jewelry and all these things. Once you do that, chances are that you are going to be burgled, especially when you are out of the confines of your home. And if you are living home, there are a few things you should do. Ensure that if some people don't even know when their bulbs, their outside lightning bulbs are fused or they are gone. Change them. This is the time you should replace bulbs that are dead, are not working. Replace them. Make sure the place is well lit. These are things you should do. You are going out, talk to your neighbor. Let your next door neighbors know. If you live in a compound house, even if you were quarreling with some of them, try to patch up with them, because the time we find ourselves, someone could just walk into your room and pick out things, and because you are quarreling with the other neighbors, they will look on for your place to be burgled. So I think that this is the time we should put in some of these basic measures to ensure that we don't become victims of crime. And don't leave and say, I'm going to all night. Church service, I'm going to all night, there's parties and what have you. You leave and you are leaving. If you are more than, 2 people or 3, 4 people, leave somebody at home. If you can, leave somebody at home. Because if you don't, you go to all-night service. By the time you come back, the thieves have also done all-night service in your room. They burgled it. So don't do that. It's needless to go with everybody and come back and your place has been broken into and everything is gone. So these are some of the things, if you ask me, I would say we should put in. And this is the time for those who have security system, perimeter fence, electric fencing. Check them. There is a way. Breach the line to see whether the alarm system is going to trigger. Check if you have panic alarm system. Check them if they are working. Because sometimes the system looks to be working, but in fact, there is something gone. Maybe the siren is not working, or what in our local parlance we call the speaker is not working, and therefore, even if the person is breaking in, the siren or the speaker will not sound for you to wake up. So these are some of the things people should put in place. But I think your own alertness is usually better than any security system you can put in place. Blessed.
Grateful for your time, Dr. Adam Boda, for spending some time with us here on the polls. And we're taking a break here on the polls. We'll get back with more stories. And now the minority in Parliament says the President's conduct in refusing to sign some 3 private members' bill passed by the House into law breaches the Constitution and therefore should be subject to removal from office. A few weeks ago, the President explained fully why he refused to sign the bills, arguing that it infringed on Article 108 of the Constitution. We'll hear from the minority shortly. First, listen to the Speaker of Parliament, who presented a detailed statement to the House where he accused the President of turning himself into the Supreme Court and interpreting the Constitution.
Absence of a judicial determination from the Supreme Court, the President's unilateral assessment of unconstitutionality does not hold legal water. It is a departure from the established legal procedure, norms, and practices that govern our constitutional democracy. The appropriate lawful response, if there were genuine concerns about the constitutionality of the legislative action of this House, would have been to seek judicial review from the Supreme Court. The steps taken by the President in this matter reflect a misunderstanding of the constitutional process and undermine the principles that uphold our democratic governance. The constitutional responsibility to determine whether a bill falls under Article 108 or not is mandated, and it resides in the person presiding over the proceedings. Under Article 1068, when the President refuses to assent to a bill, 2 courses of action are available to him. Firstly, he is required to state in the memorandum to the Speaker the specific provisions of the bill which, in his opinion, need reconsideration by Parliament. Alternatively, the President can inform the Speaker that he has referred the bill to the Council of State for consideration and comment under Article 90 of the Constitution.
Okay, let's bring in our parliamentary correspondent, Kweku Asante, who's been monitoring all of this for us. And Kweku, first, we know that the President actually signed one of the bills into law. What details do we have on that?
The understanding we have, and we've cited pictures of bills that have been assented to by the President, in particular, the Criminal and Other Offences Amendment Bill number 2, the one having to do with the abolishment of the death penalty. That this bill was transmitted to the President by the clerk to Parliament on the 2nd of August, barely a week after that bill had been passed by the House. The President on the same day assented that bill into law, and the Speaker actually said it has now been gazetted, and we have evidence of that. We've seen pictures of the document with the President's signature on it. But the President turned around just a few months down the line to tell Parliament that he's unable to sign that into law. And so as far as the Speaker and some MPs are concerned, that is good law. And now the death penalty has now officially been commuted into life imprisonment, and that the President's claim or argument that he can no longer sign that into law will hold no legal water because he had previously actually signed that into law.
And the minority now says the impeachment process must be triggered.
Yes, according to Mahama Yariga, who is one of the leading legal brains for the minority in parliament, the president's reasoning for which reason he is failing to sign the law simply do not make sense, and that the process the president adopted also falls foul of the constitution, which he believes is conduct enough to trigger the impeachment process so that the president can be removed from office.
Constructively aware of the exercise of your discretion to admit this bill. So he cannot, after everything is done, go and write a letter like this to this House. Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that there is a provision in Article 69 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, Article 69 of the Constitution is very, very important. That is the article that deals with the issue of removal of president. Removal of president. Mr. Speaker, it's very, very important. Removal of president. It says that the president shall be removed from office if he is found in accordance with the provisions of this article. A, to have acted in willful violation of the oath of allegiance and the presidential oath set out in the second schedule, or in willful violation of any other provision of this Constitution. He has willfully violated the provisions of the Constitution that give us the power to do what we have done, and which also gives him a responsibility after we do what we have done. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that we should begin to think of triggering the provisions of the Constitution relating to what to do to the president when we willfully violate a provision of the Constitution. We should begin triggering those provisions. The president has violated the Constitution. Violation of the Constitution is grounds for his removal from office. Mr. Speaker, I think that is where the direction of discussion should be going from now onward.
Well, could the minority say the president only wants to lay the grounds to refuse, other bills, for instance, the anti-gay bill, which is also being worked on in Parliament? Okay, we'll get quickly back on shortly, but we can listen to Bernard Ahiafo's ranking on the Legal Affairs Committee.
I agree with Honorable Ayariga that the president clearly is in breach of the Constitution, and then the impeachment under Article 67 must start now. Article 69 must start now. Mr. Speaker, it is very absurd that after the president has assented to the criminal offences amendment bill into an act, the president will bring a memorandum that he is refusing to assent. What I am suspecting is that the president is trying to preempt assenting to the famous LGBTQ bill. That is why he is having this afterthought. Because it's taking you more than 1 week. The Speaker having said so.
Now, Ghana and Togo have expressed an urgent need to continue with negotiations to agree on a maritime boundary line as soon as possible to resolve their ocean boundary dispute. That's contained in a communique released after the 11th meeting of the joint Ghana-Togo Maritime Boundary Delimitation Technical Committee held here in Accra. Presidential advisor and also lead negotiator for the Togo Boundaries Commission has also given assurances that two countries will reach an agreement early next year. Maxwell Akupa has more.
The 11th meeting of the joint Ghana-Togo Maritime Boundary Delimitation Technical Committee was held at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra. National Coordinator of the Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Emmanuel Kotia, described the meeting as successful and says the two countries are getting closer to signing the Maritime Boundary Delimitation Agreement.
But we also emphasize that once the agreement is signed, it will dovetail to most of the issues
around the disputed area resolved automatically. So our emphasis and our priority is for us to resolve this issue as soon as possible. And since the Joint Committee has been meeting since 2018, we think that the progress that we have made is very tremendous, and we are almost reaching the tipping point, apart from some very few issues that we need to resolve. These discussions have been made in the spirit and tenets of negotiation. Ghana is committed to a negotiated settlement of the dispute, the maritime dispute between Ghana and Togo. And we hope that we should be able to meet this within the first quarter of next year, if not earlier. We also want to commit that once an agreement is signed, this committee would continue to meet regularly, at least twice a year. So far as the maritime boundary issues are concerned, Ghana is cooperating with Togo very well, and we have progressed very fast as far as reaffirmation is concerned. And I'm happy to tell you that we have reaffirmed over 200 kilometers between Ghana and Togo this year. That is progress.
Togo's presidential advisor and deputy chief negotiator Stanislas Baba says he's hopeful a maritime boundary delimitation agreement which will bring an end to the dispute over the ocean boundary of the two countries will be signed next year.
It's a matter of preserving the peace both in Togo and Ghana. It is also a matter of respecting the interest of Togo and Ghana. But everything is going well. Our discussions are, I would say, very cool, and we are talking in the spirit of brotherhood. And I think maybe next year the time will come to sign an agreement.
You said next year?
Yep.
I didn't hear that. You said maybe next year we'll be able to.
Yeah, I said maybe next year. Yeah. You don't
the final solution.
Because I keep hope. I'm hopeful that one day we will sign. And the sooner we sign, the better it is. That's what I'm saying next year. Because 2023 is gone already. Okay?
A member of the Ghana Boundary Commission, Lieutenant Colonel Evelyn Asamoah, read the communique. Two key points were observed after the meeting.
At the end of the deliberations, the following points were observed. 1. Regarding the maritime incidents raised by Ghana, the Togo side indicated that Togo had provided a response to Ghana through diplomatic channel by indicating that there was no violation. The response is yet to reach the Ghana side. Ghana took note of the information. 2. The Joint Ghana-Togo Maritime Technical Committee took note of the urgent need for the two states to continue with the negotiation to agree on a maritime boundary line as soon as possible to end all maritime issues in the disputed area.
And now the manager of the Environment and Sustainability at the Asanko Gold Mine in the Ashanti region has built the activities of illegal miners on the company's mining concession. And as Tako says, the company's Tontochrome concession has over the years been invaded by Galamsey operators harming the mine's subsistence. He has appealed for government support to eradicate illegal miners from the company's concession.
The illegal invasion of mining concessions by illegal miners continue to hinder the activities of Asanko Gold Mine. Over the years, Galamseyers at Manso and its environs have faced off the mining company over their concession. The manager of Environment and Sustainability at the Sanko Gold Mine, Ernest Dako, bemoaned the continuous battle with illegal miners. He was speaking at an event to hand over 3 projects under the Asanko Social Responsibility Fund.
Problem facing Asanko now is illegal mining. They've taken over our concession and we don't want to engage in a battle with them. So we are using a negotiable approach to negotiate with them or engage them to just leave the site for us to work, because we contribute a lot to the district. Both Amansia West and Amansia South. So once we get access to these areas to work, the entire district and the country will benefit. So that's our only challenge, illegal mining. They've taken over all our concessions and we don't have the resources or the logistics to evict them.
As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Asanko Gold Mine, through its SRF, commissioned 3 projects including the Kwabenaso School Block, Kumpeseke VIP, and the Swade Teachers Quarters. General Manager of Asanko Gold Ghana Limited, Ahmed Muhadini, highlighted the need for the CSR initiative.
We at Asanko have always endorsed the proposition that the business sector can make a significant positive impact on society through corporate social responsibility. On this occasion, I would like to pay special tribute to the SRF board, who have been very instrumental seeing to the fruition of this SRF project.
Mansell Kwantamai Hini Nana B. Kusi Apia II encouraged the company to continue to help the community with developmental projects.
Adia also yes say. Yeah. Beshe my jumane team. Yeah.
We must make sure the community members get work to do all the time. So if there is work here, we must open up to help the community members.
Yeah. This is the Juma bro Adia. Yeah. Also only no dear Juma buy no crocro. Yeah. Now what bad in some na adwuma no koso yeah koso sabe ni ejina ya jam fat yeah.
For Joy News, Nana Bwachi Dankwe Yadom, Kuma.
Residents of Wankra in the Ejisu municipality of the Ashanti region kept vigil all night as the community saw its inner roads tarred for the very first time after several failed political promises. Many residents until now sustained injuries as they fell into the open drainage constructed several decades ago by contractors who abandoned works. But thanks to the ingenuity of the MP for the area and the Deputy Finance Minister John Kuma, a new contractor, So Good Engineering and Construction Limited, have completed work in a record 3 months. My colleague Ohiming Tewia, who first reported on the bad nature of the roads, returned to the community.
Wankra, a farming community in the Ejisu municipality, is home to the famous Inland Port project, whose construction began about 19 years ago. Situated on the main Kumasi-Accra highway, the town roads were in deplorable state. Many residents, including the assemblyman for Wankra electoral area, Samuel Fojo, fell into uncompleted open drains.
Wakadem na mehwa mkushi moja omai na data ni sa solar light yi etina ye main ya switch na madiasa me kwa koso me refi gata no na me tifi nti emro wani bu ho no en besin ne ye friend mama mapa amema da pa ohwi gata no ontimi oye okua ni kese pa okuma gata nti no se wakadem.
The residents could not hide their joy as contractors So Good Engineering and Construction Limited moved the equipment to the town to begin tarring the inner roads on Sunday. Led by the assemblyman, the residents helped the contractors clear the road before applying the bitumen.
People came out to help the contractor in doing the bitumen. So we are very much interested in the job they are doing.
The residents kept vigil to see the newly constructed town roads, together with the Adadientem community, which also wallowed in bad roads.
It was not the massive sequence who say, when I'm in the pocket, my one crack. It's there any with GD with my yamai. Like didn't I? It's a massive pa.
Boy may be grounds of the party about Bedroy, and when you're not Naka one crack quite desire. That you say, Naka Mwakra, economically. A boy, socially, a boy. Yeah, a very competition, and Penifugina, Kumika, our kind. A boy 10 years for a buzo kind. Yes, I end there. I don't watch a month of bra.
So Good Engineering and Construction Limited hopes to complete construction of a 25-kilometer stretch by the end of 2023. Prince Asari is chief executive.
We are a company situated in the constituency, so we have to make sure that we do most of the roads for our community. The cry of our community is their roads. They always cry of their roads. So once we are a community-based construction company, we have to do the needful.
Chirikrom, Amuoma Chiansi, Jamasi, Besiasi and Onye are few of the beneficiary communities. From Ejuso, for Joy News, Oyminteria reporting.
And now the multimedia's very own Erastus Azaridonko has been awarded a 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize for winning the 2022 PAV Answer Journalist of the Year. The prize was handed to him last night at the second annual Ghana Journalist Award annual dinner last night. Extolling the works of Erastus, Minister for Information Kojo Nkrumah Bimo on the poor working condition of journalists, as he urged practitioners to call for more. James Abeji was there.
The 2023 Ghana Journalists Association Annual Dinner is a night set aside in the GJ's calendar to reflect over the year under review and forecast for the next year. The event was celebrated in pomp and pageantry with a lot to eat, drink, and a live band music to dance to till your feet hurt.
So many highlights. So move on, shake the body, shake the body.
Executives of the GJA in the middle of the celebration presented a 50,000 cedis check to the 2022 PAV Answer Journalist of the Year Erastus Asaridonko as cash prize for his award 2 months ago.
Asaridonko will be receiving a dummy check. Hands together for him one more time. Of course, this cannot be commensurate to the kind of sacrifice that he has done, being ready to put his life at the forefront.
Eulogizing the commitment of Erastus to the fight against Galamsey, the Minister for Information, Kojo Nkrumah, said his exposés have led to ongoing reforms in government approach to tackling the menace.
The kind of work that Erastus has done on illegal mining and showing evidence of the challenges and sometimes the failures of the efforts that we are trying to roll out took a lot of resilience and diligence to over and over and over again go back to those stories and to do them. He didn't chicken out, he didn't run away, he didn't leave those stories. But because of his expose, Erastus, I can tell you that there's a lot of revision of some of the methods that were initially rolled out. And we thank you for the very diligent work that you have done as a journalist in this area.
President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kwabena Jumfo, in his address promised he will adopt various means to fight back the attack on journalists, including media blackout on some institutions.
In recent times, attacks on journalists and media houses have dominated national discourse. As I said during my speech at the 27th GJ Awards, we shall fight back fiercely against such attacks. And I do so. In doing so, we shall deploy our strongest weapons, including, but not limited, to taking legal action, laying down our pens and microphones, and calling for blackout on bodies, i.e. corporate and individuals that attack media practitioners or institutions. And that will happen in 2024.
The information minister also called for an improved condition of service for journalists, urging them to strongly add their voices to the call.
You and I who work in this industry know that there are many of our brothers and sisters who at the end of the month don't get a salary. There are many who don't even get their statutory payments made on their behalf by their employers. There are many who don't have the necessary pension deductions made and saved in a pension fund for them for the day when they are no longer in active service. These are issues that we as journalists, despite the risk that if you talk about it, your employers will not be happy with you, these are issues that we must also pay attention to. We like talking about the issues in other industries. But for once, let's also pay attention to this issue in our own industry. Because if we don't deal with it, our own very futures are at stake.
As election approaches, he appealed to journalists to work in fairness to maintain peace in 2024.
When election results are coming up, one of the great things about the Ghanaian media, and I am a testament to it, is that multiple media houses can do the tabulations themselves and tell the public where it is going. I always argue that Ghana's election process is one of the most transparent in the world, because from the polling station to the collation center, everybody knows the numbers, and you, the media, announce it all over, collate it. So even before the EC announces, you help all of us know who is going where in this election. We are counting on you in the year 2024 to do an equally diligent job in that election.
The third edition of the annual dinner comes off next year as the GJ prepares to host the biggest event on its calendar, the International Fund for Public Interest Media Conference, early next year. James Kwesiavaji's report for Joy News.
And buckle up this weekend for an exciting safari to see lions, zebras, and more on the Joy Prime Explore show. Maxwell Abuwa will take you to the Upper West region, specifically where the Royal Cozy Hotel Hills is providing the ultimate safari experience to patrons. He's been there.
Welcome to the heart of the Upper West region, where the Royal Cozy Hills Hotel stands as a beacon, attracting people from diverse backgrounds and corners of the world. What truly captivates visitors is the unparalleled safari experience. At the Safari Ranch, behind the electrified fence lies the hippo's pond. Two hippos gracefully step out to feed. Despite being herbivores, they are considered the largest killer of humans among large African animals. With safety as top priority, the authorities have implemented stringent measures to ensure a secure environment.
Welcome to Joy Prime Explore, and we are here at the Safari Ranch of the Royal Cozy Hills Hotel, and we are here to explore the Safari Ranch. You hear that sound already from our hippos, and soon we get to meet them. But I have with me here the tour operations manager here, Aziz Popo. He's going to tell us more about this Safari Ranch and why you don't have to travel outside Ghana to see hippos, to see African lion, to see zebras, to see impalas, to see all the beautiful species that you travel outside Ghana just to see. Aziz.
Yes, bro.
Thanks so much.
Nice to have you.
Glad to meet you.
Yes, we are grateful.
Great. So tell us what we're doing here today.
All right, so right there is our hippo's pond.
Okay.
Yes, as you know, the hippo is the third largest mammal on land after the elephant and the white rhino.
Okay.
An adult hippos weighs between 1,300 to 1,800 kilograms.
1,300
to 1,800 kilograms, as
wow.
you can see them. And they are
I weigh a little above 100 kilograms.
You see?
And they weigh what?
1,300 to 1,800 kilograms.
Wow.
And they also feed about 40 kilograms of food on daily basis. And they are herbivorous. So they depend on leaves, grasses, shrubs, fruits, and grains to survive.
Wow.
And these are semi-aquatic mammals with a lifespan of 40 to 50 years.
You said 40 kilograms of food every day?
Every day. And it's herbivorous.
You know what
so imagine how much leaves, grasses they consume on daily basis.
But I'm actually thinking about that in the quantity of balls of banku. You know, he said 40. Banku is my favorite food, so he said 40 kilograms. I'm thinking, so how many balls of banku will be that? So let's go and see the African lions and all the other animals here.
Now it is time to encounter the king of the jungle, the lion. Top manager Aziz Pelpo reveals they feed them 3 cattle weekly. Each meal becomes a majestic feast, creating a spectacle for visitors.
Okay, so first let me reassure you that you are very safe. Okay. So this is a buffer zone for forest, very safe. The inner perimeter or the inner fence, you see the height. Lions are not able to climb that height. That is why we increase the height of the fence. And we also electrified it for additional protection. And, you know, in terms of sexual intercourse, the lion can have sexual intercourse up to 50 times a day.
50 times a day?
Yes, just that each mating session lasts a few seconds, maybe 15 to 30 seconds is done. So in the wild, the females do most of the hunting.
The females do most of the hunting?
Yes, the males will eat and perform the usual male function and also protect the family. And for the lion to attack, first they will determine who or what they want to attack. And mostly they'll go for the weakest prey. Either the one that is isolated from the group. If it's humans, for example, the one that is isolated from the group, they'll go for you. Or the one that looks smaller or looks weaker or fragile. That is the one they'll always go for. And they'll always calculate the amount of energy they will use to get the feed. Lions, as you already said, they are carnivorous strictly. So aside meat, they only drink water. And they want their meat fresh. With their blood, yes. So they take any readily available meat once it is not fatty or it's not carcass. If you preserve it, they don't eat. They don't want you to dry it or no. They just want it.
They don't want it like kebab or anything.
No. They just want it fresh with the blood. And over here, we feed them 3 times in a week, and each meal is a full cow, a fully grown cow. So 3 cows in a week to feed them. If the cow is not a big one, you must supplement with a goat or something else. It doesn't mean they take only cow. Any readily available meat that is not fatty and is not preserved, they will always eat.
Later, we discovered the grace and speed of zebras, equids with remarkable hearing and eyesight. Zebras, being herbivores, spend hours grazing on grasses, creating a captivating natural scene.
So we're still on the safari. Now we are out of the car, and these are the zebras in the background. So these are the zebras?
So that's the beauty of the free range part of the park.
Okay.
The animals are left to roam freely within our confinement, and they find their own food as if they are in their natural habitat. In fact, they are in their natural habitat. And we see 4 zebras here. We have more of them.
Okay.
But because they roam freely, we don't determine where they go at what time. So we have 4 of them here. And as you can see, each of them has a unique design. We are told that no 2 zebras in the world have the same pattern. There will always be something different.
And of course, imagine the excitement when your child sees you actually win a baking or a dancing competition when they've actually not seen you dance or actually do all the rounds this year. And that's because you need to be a part of the celebration that we're bringing to you. It's the Joy FM family party in the park, which is, of course, making it possible for daddies, mummies, and also families as well as children to unwind from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the 26th of December this year at the Ebury Botanical Gardens. And well, joining me in studio with more is, of course, some of my colleagues, Kofi Hayford and Kwame Dasi, all joining us to catch up on the excitement. Kofi was here earlier, so let me welcome Kwame. Kwame, it's good to see you. Let's talk about what's likely to happen. You know, we've been talking about the A-list artists that will be passing through, but I'm also excited that Kofi Hayford will be there. So let's talk about who else is going to be there.
Ifya will be there. She'll be performing. We have Kwampa. And talking about Kwampa, they can perform from morning till evening. You know, all the songs from Jama to hip life to reggae to gospel, name it. So they are coming to perform as well. And then you mentioned dancing competition and baking and all that. There'll be other things happening on the day, like let me put it, musical chairs.
Okay.
We have musical chairs. We have the kids also going around to see the gardens, you know. And then one good thing about that is that we ask them some questions, and then those who are able to answer get some prizes. So we're having so many things on the day. That's 26 December, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's a family day out here. I'm coming with my family, so.
Are you coming with your family?
I am coming.
That's a mischievous question.
It's not mischievous.
I still have to
I still have a family.
When you say family, people think you and your kids, but it goes beyond that. You got your grandfather, your grandmother. I'm just speaking.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So
I'm coming with my family. I was there with my family last.
Oh, I see. Your family,
Yeah, my
your
mom.
immediate family, or the extended family. Everyone is coming. I'm part of the family.
To be very honest, you know, like Kwame rightly said, people think we're only talking about your immediate family.
Yeah.
Yes, we want you to come with them. But how about coming with your neighbors as well? How about coming with your friends? How about coming with even people that you pick on the street whom you know already, you know, and coming to have a good time with them? I think it's a season of merrymaking and giving, and so we want to share in the love and make it really good for everyone.
If you're not a politician, family and friends is okay for this one.
Yes, that's what some family and friends is really allowed.
Yeah. So where can we get the tickets? How can one be a part
The
of it?
tickets are on sale now. You can use the short code *714 *003 *3 hash. It's very simple. *714 *003 *3 hash.
And then you can just buy.
Yes, and then you can buy. You're going to see the family pack. So you select that one. And mind you, when you purchase the ticket for 200 Ghana cedis, it's admitting 6 persons.
Oh, 200 for
so
6.
You, I, Kwame, and 3 of us, Azu, you know, 6 of us can go.
3 of us can go.
Yeah, so I mean, I can give you a number to call. You can call 0559.
We have to be slow with that number so that a lot of people watching us now. Yes, this is not radio once more.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's do it one more time.
0559 69 1797.
Okay. So when you
call this number, you can purchase the ticket, or even if your money is not ready, you can make a reservation.
Oh, okay.
So that's really.
But you can also go. I'll pay for you later if you want. Right. People already. I see. That's how excited we are about it. But let's talk about some of the partners on board, Kwame, because we know that it's not just Joy FM. More of our partners are joining as well.
Sintestang.
Right.
We have Petrosol.
Yep.
We have Frytol.
Enterprise Life is in there. Of course, it's brought to us by Frytol.
Exactly.
Shouts to you, Frytol.
I see.
Yeah. Fortune Rise, you know.
And all the team. Okay.
Safari Tissue are in there as well. Lesh Fortune, Yomi Yogurt, and You Fresh Drinks.
Yeah.
These are our partners. Niche Cocoa
is also there.
So I'm looking for, what are you going to be doing? Sack racing?
I'm looking forward to some of the great performances. I see Kwabna on there.
FPI is there.
Yeah, I like him because of the live music. He's able to give you a feel.
And let me give you the icing.
Maybe.
The question, the icing on the cake is that don't think you're bringing your kids and watch them play.
Yeah,
you are going to be part of the games, but aside that, if you're tired, there is a daddy's corner where we have beer.
Oh, I see.
So you can enjoy beer.
Why are you smiling?
Because we know the daddy himself is going to be.
I'm the big daddy.
But Kwame, let's talk about why the need for families to engage in some of these activities, because for working families, some don't even get to see themselves throughout the year.
It helps in bonding. You wake up very early in the morning. You drop your kids at school, you come back together in the evening, you hardly see them, make time together. And so this is time for you to sit with them and then bond so well. Helps the family.
But you need to tell them that you're all going to be there. Yeah. Because a lot of people are on the lookout. How do I get to see you?
I'll be there. I'll be there with my family. We'll be there with his
family. By 9 a.m. we're there. We're waiting for everyone that is coming on board.
And we'll be performing. Some of the tasks.
Did you watch us last?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, so the duo is out now with a new album as well. I'll sign you onto my label, don't worry. But anyway, any final message for our viewers?
Yes. You were asking Kwame why it is very important for us to bond and stuff. Look, when you're driving from Ayimensa on the mountain, it's a perfect time to have family conversations. So even before you get to the venue, that's Ibri Botanical Gardens, you would be having a lot of fun with your family. So make sure you come through. I'm going to be there. Listen, every single one is going to be there. This one, there's no booking fee for us.
Yeah.
We are part of the thing, so we are coming.
Okay.
So come and let's take some photos, let's make some videos and make merry and share.
And you need to be a part of that fun. Kwame and Kofi, thank you for spending.
See you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
See you on Tuesday.
I should be there.
Yeah.
I need to.
I mean, that day we're not wearing suits. So
no,
don't
not
worry.
at all.
You don't have to come and do it. This is pleasant. So blah, blah, blah. Thank you for having us.
No plenty English or what. But if you missed last year's event, well, here are highlights for you.
Family and have fun.
Oh, it's been very nice. I'm very happy. This is my first time coming, but it's been very nice. I'm extremely happy about it.
Wait, what's your name?
Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis, are you enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Wonderful. Give me 5. Yeah. Wonderful.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting. It's my first time, and I'm so glad to be here. There's no place to be than here. Yes.
But you didn't come alone, right?
No, I didn't come. I came with some friends. They are in there.
Oh, it's very great. Joy FM has done very well because most of us parents were in the house. We didn't know where to go, so we just grabbed the opportunity to come. It's very great. You've done well, and we hope next year you do it much bigger.
I think it's great. And it's fun. So you can come here with your family and have fun.
Oh, it's been very nice. I'm very happy. This is my first time coming, but it's been very nice. I'm extremely happy about it.
Wait, what's your name?
Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis, are you enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Wonderful. Give me 5. Yeah. Wonderful.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting. It's my first time, and I'm so glad to be here. There's no place to be than here. Yes.
But you didn't come alone, right?
No, I didn't come. I came with some friends. They are in there.
Oh, it's very great. Joy FM has done very well because most of us parents were in the house. We didn't know where to go, so we just grabbed the opportunity to come. It's very great. You've done well, and we hope next year you do it much bigger.
And awaiting you next week for the family party in the park. But just before that, if you're looking for that special getaway festive season, the Labadi Beach Hotel is that one place to be. Well, they are offering you a lot of mouth-watering offers, which is going on offer this festive season. And guess what? We have our great friend George AC joining us again with all of the packages. The last time you were here with the, barrel of the beer.
October 1st.
But of course, it's all gone. We've drunk all the beer.
We have.
Now we need to drink more tea and relax and wind down. But anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you again. And Merry Christmas ahead of time. Yeah, indeed. Let's talk about, what we're to expect this season, this festive season at the Labadi Beach.
Thank you very much, Blessed. Let's start off with gifts, because this is a season for gifts.
Right.
I don't know. Have you received any gifts yet?
Waiting for
to
that.
Give one?
I should be giving two because it's the season of giving.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so for us at Labadi Beach Hotel, we've said, listen, this Christmas, make it more meaningful. I mean, especially with corporate organizations. I mean, we've put together some wonderful packages that is considering the wellness and the health of people.
Oh, wow.
So we have some spa, massage, treatment packages that we put out there. And I think just yesterday we had an organization come to buy 200 pieces to give it to their staff. And that is also a gift that I think when you give to somebody, they'll really appreciate.
So it's more or less like a voucher, you go in for that.
Absolutely, and then you can redeem at any time at all. I mean, you can imagine someone being given 2 hours of deep tissue and aromatherapy massage.
Now it's sounding more enticing. We need to be there.
Because you're also looking at having your team come back really rejuvenated to take off, 2024, which is, and they have to be productive in the offices. And so we have these packages that, we encourage corporate organizations to buy and then give to people as a giveaway.
How about stays as well? Because I understand that, there's a whole plan by the Ghana Tourism Authority to do December in Ghana, which means that a lot more people will be coming in.
Certainly. And then we have a lot of things in place. In accommodation, there are a lot of people who are making their bookings. As I speak to you, particularly from the 25th, the hotel is full. We're actually overbooked. But again...
But you still have some opportunities,
Certainly. We are not leaving people out. So we have an array of events that we put together. Come this Sunday, which is the eve of Christmas. We have what we call the Christmas Eve barbecue lunch. That is going to start from, let's say, 12:45 all the way through to 4:30. And people are just coming with loved ones, colleagues in the office, just to have lunch together and the right setting and an ambience that is really, really perfect for a Christmas. And then that takes us to 25th, which is Christmas Day.
Itself, yes.
Awesome. We have had the best of Christmas experiences. And this time, beginning, we all converge at the foyer by 11. And then you have the Winneba Youth Choir that will really serenade you with some wonderful choral music, all the Christmas carols. Then we all move towards the Omanye Hall. Omanye is where the party is going to start because there is also Blacklist Band that is performing. From 12:45 all the way to about 5 p.m., we're going to have lunch, Christmas Day lunch in the Omanye Hall.
I have a feeling you have all of this planned out already, all we need to do is to plug in. But how about, those who are, the family arrangements, those who want to spend some quality time with the family?
So, for example, we know, Christmas is family time. And then Labadi Beach Hotel, we're a family-oriented hotel.
I see.
And so, for example, what we're doing on Christmas Day is that even though you're having lunch and everything with your family, we have kids play area, all the bouncy castles, the face painting, the popcorns, and a lot of things. And we have child minders that we put together to take care of the kids. So it's a very, very huge thing that we're doing on 25th, which is Christmas Day. But one thing that I am really excited and looking forward to with all the anticipation is the Boxing Day.
Okay.
Now, on Boxing Day...
So even after Christmas, there's
yes,
something
there is. So on Boxing Day, we have asked all who were born in December to come to Labadi for what we call the Boxing Day birthday lunch.
How about those born November?
Well,
maybe you should have friends, the April ones. This one biased.
So, what we're doing is
we'll come, we'll join. We'll all be born in December.
Certainly. It's a festive season. It's a love in the air. And so Boxing Day barbecue lunch is also happening at Labadi Beach Hotel. Yeah. And this is what we're going to do. We're saying that if you're born on 1st December, 31st, whichever, just make your bookings. We're going to unbox and relive all your birthday moments together again. And
you're not asking for birth certificates.
No.
So now we're all born in December. Granted, that's
absolutely. And it's going to be fun because you have all these MCs who are going around to ensure that that your table is well celebrated. You are given that kind of treat that you deserve on the Christmas. But again, when you want to end your 2023 in the most memorable way, the place to be is the New Year's Eve dinner, which we call it the all-white party.
Okay, so there's going to be a party.
There is going to be all-white New Year's party. It's a sure bet because our Chef Akwete and his team are fired up. These guys are working super hard and they're making
So what's this Eve party going to be about?
Oh no, so it's going to be in the evening again from 8 p.m. Right all till midnight. We have dinner, and there is a lot of entertainment because you have Blacklist Band that is going to play. They will be playing and giving entertainment, ensuring that whilst you are having dinner together, you are enjoying the moment with your family, with your colleagues, your friends, and then that takes us to 1st January, which is a holiday, and it's also a family setting. So this Christmas, the place to be if you're looking for experience is Labadi Beach Hotel. Now, on the stroke of midnight, which is 31st December, we all come out, and then there will be spectacular fireworks. You know how we do it. And that is one beautiful thing that I look forward to.
Sounds really exciting. How about those who want to contact the hotel? Any contact, any sites
Absolutely.
they can go on to?
Our team are on standby to pick your booking, so you can get in touch with us on 0302-7725-01 up to 06. And then
maybe we'll be slow with that again, so they could get there again.
0302-7725-01 up to 06. And we also have our mobile number 0540-123-691.
Oh, that's simple.
0540-123-691.
What would you want to leave our viewers with?
It's the season of Christmas. It's love. It's family time. Let's be responsible also on the road, especially the drivers who are driving. Let's ensure that we have the most memorable Christmas ever and look forward to a better 2024.
Indeed.
So Merry Christmas to you and to everybody out there.
Yeah. And if it's Christmas, then it has to be at the Labadi Beach Hotel. And if you can't find anyone, just moving there, say you're looking for George, of course, then he would be able to redeem all of the promises he's making to us. But yes, indeed, they will deliver. And that's what the Labadi Beach Hotel is noted for. So just come. It's festive season, right?
Absolutely.
Just to be part of the celebration. We're grateful, George, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's all we have for you in this package of The Pulse. I'm Blessed, so log on to myjoyonline.com. More stories there for you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.